There's a shortage of everything in this hobby, and if I can do this and help everybody out, I will. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, the most famous YouTuber in the world that no one has ever heard of. Okay, welcome back everybody. We are working on Model T stuff again. That's on hold for a minute. I'll get back to you on why in another episode. Well, anyway, our subject here is the distributor that was on that car. Ran it through there a few times. We got all the green paint off. We got most of the black paint off. We've changed the color of the distributor itself. The advance in here is still functioning. Looks like it's got a little insert here for something. Maybe that was the ground. I don't remember now. I've got the points and everything set aside. I want to take this apart because I want to see how it's put together. We got most of the grease out of the gear. It looks like that roll pin comes out, but does it come out through that hole? Maybe that's why that's there. And then there's a plug on the bottom. We're gonna try and take this apart.
No, disassemble.
I'm assuming that you get the gear off and this slides up. After that, it's going to be a surprise. I don't know what to expect. So let's get the Zerk and that out first. Alright, so let's take this out. We will set that there. Okay. Zerk fitting, wrong wrench. Everything's a different size. Yep. Geez, that's too big too. Okay, we are down to 5/16. Will that work? Okay. We're going to take this out. And you notice that now I can turn the head. Okay, that's what was holding it. Where is it? There's a dent where that was, right there. There's a dent where that Zerk fitting gone, and I think there was a bolt in there originally, and it took it out. I'm actually working around the leg of the tripod, so that's fun. Let's see if we can get this lined up, because I can't see in there. Assume that's too fat. Did it move? This is not gonna work. Yep. A good way to get it stuck. It doesn't appear to have moved. I wonder if I can, maybe if I just pound it out on this side. I don't know, it might be time to invest in some new tools. Nope. Nope. Let's try to go this way. Maybe this side will work better. Nope. Maybe I can get the edge of the roll pin. Just get it started. We got it started because now it's maybe some vice grips from that side. We got these. Doing this on camera is making it 10 times harder. Nope. We can smell what we're looking at here. There's this. Okay, the split's up. So if I squeeze it sideways, it should compress. if I squeeze it sideways this way. I think I'm winning. Very, very slowly. Nope. Well, it's sticking out and no longer turns, so I am gaining. If we get it out. Good grief. Now I got a problem. Now that we got it poking out. Come on. There we go. Gotcha. Now, was I right? Will this come right out? Maybe that's what the hole in the bottom's for. Maybe I've got to tap that out. Where's Derek? I need Derek. I don't know how to use these. Derek. Okay. I want to use my left hand on this. Nope, that ain't working. I think I'm going to need the vise. Who knows? Okay, how are we going to do this? I don't have a whole lot of faith in the strength of this casting. Maybe if we're gentle. Now it looks like a freeze plug to me. Alright, that's part number 4. Okay, it's got one of those in the bottom. Put that over there with the other parts. Back over here. Let's see if we can... Maybe now we can tap that shaft down and extract that way. Maybe we can extract this distributor. With it sideways like this, I can't see. I can't do it that way. I can't see. There. Now I can see. Can you? Actually, let's look at the business end here and see if I can get it to move. Is it moving? Looks like it's moving. There is still grease in here. Still grease in there. Okay, here we go. It's not moving. The vise is moving. Did it move? Nope. How are we doing? Something that was loose in the shaft. It sure isn't moving. Jesus. Maybe it's okay. I don't see any cracks. Okay, note to self. Do not send this flying across the room next time. Okay, there's the housing. empty. There's the gook on the gear. There is a bronze bushing in here at the bottom. The Texas T parts, there's roller bearings in there, which I would assume would be more expensive. See that gold color? That's a little bushing. That's a 2-cent bushing, and there's probably $10 worth of bearings in that you don't need. All it does is keep it from going like that. Okay. A lot of red grease. That wasn't me. Still got red grease in it from when I believe it was Ralph Reeder made this. So we got a little intermediate shaft here with a little bit of weld on it. So this was a shaft that was not turned. This was a shaft that had a collar put on the end. And there's another pin right there that we're going to whack out. If I can figure out how to hold it in the vise. I'm thinking if I do that, maybe. Yeah, that's too short, too fat, whatever you want to call it. This one I don't believe is made for this, but it'll fit in the hole. Ah, caught it. My pin out. There's another little pin. That's another hollow roll pin. This one's got the split down the middle. Okay. Really surprised this one doesn't have. Oh, there it is. There's the split right there. Okay. So we got 2 roll pins, 2 different sizes. And we got a shaft.
Hi, I'm looking for shaft.
And then we've got a 009 distributor. So that's interesting. This whole assembly should come out if I remember right. I think there's a burr on that. Yeah, there's a burr on that hole from being used. Looks like there used to be. No, there's grease. I think there's supposed to be an O-ring here. There's supposed to be an O-ring there. And if there was, it wouldn't turn as easy. Probably operate smoother. So there's our 009 distributor. You can't. I read it to you. I read some of it, I think, unless I cut it out in the video. Where I opened this up and I opened the other one up, and surprise! There's nothing in it. Okay, so that's what's in there. I think what I'm going to do now is look at that's 15-year-old grease, 16-year-old grease. It's been in there since I bought it. Yeah, it was Ralph and Candy Reeder that had performance T parts. Ralph made a accessory head. He made this accessory distributor. Candy was the sweetest little old lady you could ever ask for on the phone. Yeah, there's burrs on here too. It's like when they drilled through, they didn't clean it up. But what the reason, I'm not sure which way did this go. Must have gone this way. The reason I took this out is because this was actually moving on the shaft.
The black private dick, that's a sexy machine to all the chicks.
And I want to stop that from happening going forward. So I'm gonna reevaluate. I'm gonna get it clean, and there's a couple of burrs on there too. On the end here, I can feel them with my nail. We're gonna get those off, and we're gonna see if we can save this. And then it's discolored where the gear was, and then it's shiny below. So this was moving a little bit on there and wearing on that. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put these 2 pieces back in the tank and see if I can get rid of that grease and that grease. The rest of it's clean. So we're going to put it back in here. I really need to redesign that lid. Turn the heat back on. And as soon as I push that on button, you're going to be able to hear anything anymore. It's just a high-pitched squeal. Yep. It's still got a burr on here. Nothing on here. We got spirals. Whoop. What was that? We got another washer in here on the inside, same as that red one. If you're planning on doing this yourself, this requires a communist wrench. I'll let you guess on what size it's supposed to be. Because I'll give you a hint too. It's the one that everybody loses all the time. You can see the dimples where I had this adjusted initially, and then when I did it the second time and I locked it down. Oh, there's a couple more. I guess I was really trying there. That's one. Come on. Okay. Yep, I went past it. Told you it's loud. Okay, a few hours later, I have cleaned up the distributor head. I wanted to polish the casting, but it's a little too rough. It is aluminum. I could spend many hours buffing on that, but I'm not going to. If you can see that brass in there a little clearer now. Okay, so there's the housing. I'm going to look into having somebody copy that for me. If there's any interest in me manufacturing distributors, let me know. I'm not sure exactly what the spiral is. Looks like somebody oopsed on the lathe, but maybe it's to carry grease or oil down. I don't know. If you know, let me know. Put it down below. Let me know. So this is a good opportunity to show you what I was trying to show you in the last video. In the 009 video, I showed you these. Okay, so these two springs would have been, there would have been one here, and then the other one over here. And what I've done is I've taken these off, obviously. Okay, I took the little plastic piece off too. And I'm pretty sure there was one of those over here. Maybe it's in the tank, I don't know. I'll drain it and find out. But I've replaced them with one spring here. And what that does is it pulls the thing back to the retarded position. Now, when the engine first starts up, this one immediately flies out and it advances that far. Okay, that's what you need. You need it retarded so you don't break your arm or you don't break your starter. Okay, but once it starts running, what do? You run for the lever. This does it automatically. Okay, and then as you're, I swear I had this all cleaned up. As you're starting to run and you're going down the road and you're building up speed, and you're revving up, just flies out and it advances it even more. Now I don't have the stats in front of me. I can't tell you how many degrees it is. I can tell you that the way I came up with this was looking at the RPMs on the Volkswagens, where this is out of the Volkswagen, and the RPMs on the Model T, and it was about half. So I reduced the spring pressure by about half. Now this spring is, let's see, 13/64 by 13/16, and it's a Northern Tool thing, advanced tool design. I got it through Northern Tools, this kit, and this is the only spring I've used out of it. The whole rest of the kit, and this is the second one I've had, these all got tossed in the last one because I bought it for these. So there is the conclusion to my 009 party trick. This piece here is a Dorman 555021. That's an off-the-shelf fix-it rack in your local parts place. And that was above the distributor. This was below. It fell off when I cleaned it. So I'm going to measure this. I'm going to measure this shaft. I can see the scratch marks where I pushed it off. I'm going to measure the shaft. I'm going to measure the gear. I'm going to make sure that these made up properly. I believe it was that way. But I'm not going to put it back together again just yet because I have a surprise for you. Well, it's a surprise for me, but it'll be a surprise for you too. It's not here yet, so I don't want to jinx it. But I have some things coming in the mail on this subject. If I can, I'm going to replicate these. I want to make some new ones. There's a shortage of everything in this hobby, and if I can do this and help everybody out, I will. You can't buy them anymore, and I'm thinking I want to fix that so that people can buy them again. It's quite a good piece of kit, as the Brits say. So that's what's inside that. We are going to, I don't know, we'll do something else next week. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.